nervous about this?
Really?
All right, so that makes only one People Incorporated employee who's nervous. That would be my wife.
She works there?
Yeah, she's in early intervention.
Oh, no kidding. Really?
I like her. She's very nervous about me driving with the employees. Please don't ask them weird questions. Please keep your shirt on. I mean,
don't get weird with
yeah,
people like that.
exactly. Hey, welcome into Carpooling with Ben, folks. Today, they're a wonderful organization that service really the South Coast area of Massachusetts. And they have partners that they work with all over, but People Incorporated, just a wonderful, wonderful human service agency. Joining me in the car, Peter Daly of People Incorporated. Sir, thanks for hopping in the car of wonder.
Thanks for having me.
I will not make it weird because my wife, who works for you, has told me not to. But
So
essentially,
no pressure at all.
no pressure at all. I know what you guys do because of her involvement being in early intervention.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of give us the overview of what goes on with People Incorporated, because there's a lot of different things you guys do.
Yeah, and I wish we did have a the 30-second elevator description of the organization, but we don't because it's so large and far-reaching. That's great that your wife's in early intervention. I didn't know that until just now. But that's an important part of what we do. But that's a part of what we do.
It's a small part.
It's just a part. There's a lot of services offered as far as adult care, residential care, which takes up more than half the agency actually with the residential program. There's educational services. There's a really growing, strong children's division where we have a preschool. Early intervention is part of that.
Yep.
But in addition to the preschool and EI, we have a children's center, and we have a young parents learning center that's located at Durfee High School. Okay. So it really spans the gamut. It's not
just a one-tier approach. It's really a holistic kind of approach into many different areas there. And
yeah, that's right. And what's good about it too is there are a lot of services that link with one another. Okay. So we'll have people who are in families who have children maybe in the early intervention program, but they also grow to be a preschooler in our preschool.
Sure.
And then after that, so there's a lot of following of the services as well.
How do people activate services or get in touch with you guys and say, I mean, how does that process work? I mean, if a person was just sitting there and they're watching today and say, gee, I really have some questions. How does that whole process work?
So there's always, you can always make a call to People Incorporated or go on the website, which is peopleinc-fr.org.
Yep.
But a lot of the people who are linked into our services come from referrals, from state referrals. So that doesn't generate with us, but they're often referred through the state, and they come into People Incorporated that way. But if you wanted to, if you were interested in enrolling your child in the preschool, that's a direct call to People Incorporated.
Okay.
So that would be that's always welcome.
The early intervention, because I know just from what my wife has told me, that is such a critical role, because really you're identifying potential concerns that could further develop, but you're trying to nip it in the bud. Mm-hmm. Are there any numbers or stats out there that you could give us about what the success rate of early intervention is, or is that just kind of an unquantifiable, each case is different?
Maybe the term is unquantifiable. I don't have those numbers available right with me, but I know that as a whole, as the agency as a whole, we reach about, it's usually over 3,000, between 3,000 and 5,000 children, individuals, and families every year.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's so far-reaching throughout. You mentioned Southeastern Massachusetts. One of our homes is a new one that was recently constructed a couple summers ago at the southernmost point in Westport.
Okay.
And the northernmost homes that we operate are in Mansfield.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know that.
And those are residential programs.
Those are residential programs, yeah. And that's good, because we're driving by this house right here. That could be a People Incorporated home. We don't know. We don't know. they fit right in with the community. They're homes first, but they're 24-hour medically supported homes.
That's incredible. I was perusing through your website. You folks have a lot of job openings, and
Yes.
while the unemployment numbers nationwide right now seem to be trending on the low side, you guys do have a lot of opportunities there for folks working in the residential, but also other programs. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like working at People Incorporated.
Yeah, and you're right. We do have a lot of opportunities. The where hiring sign never comes down.
Okay. It just gets bigger and brighter.
That's right. And we have a number of opportunities as direct care staff. We were talking about the homes earlier, so there are opportunities within the home where people are working directly with the individuals who live there. A lot of times they'll take them out on day excursions. They
Sure.
do a lot of activities during the day, but it is 24 hours, so we have night shifts available as well. If you're an RN or a CNA or an LPN, you're welcome. That's really what we're looking for.
Okay.
But with that said, there's no specific education required if you just want to start out.
Yeah.
If you have your high school degree or equivalent, and you're over 18, then you're welcome to come to People Incorporated, because we have a pretty extensive orientation that lasts a couple of weeks. Our orientation manager and coordinator are amazing, and
Yep.
they do what they can to get everyone trained and up to speed and knowing exactly what they'll need to do. But I mentioned direct care. We have openings in other divisions as well. In the residential, preschool as teachers, early childhood education. So there's a number of options for people in the workforce that are looking to get started. Change fields.
Sure, make a change.
Or there's a lot of options.
One question that always comes up is how do you guys survive financially? I know you obviously are get grants from various areas, but
we do a lot of our funding is contract based,
Okay.
coming from the state of Massachusetts through the Department of Developmental Services, and that's really the lion's share of where the funding comes from. But there are also other programs that are really chiefly grant supported, and one of my roles actually at People Incorporated is in grant writing and grant
Okay.
coordination.
all right.
So we have 2 affiliate programs in People Incorporated as well. One of which is the SMILES mentoring program. SMILES stands for the South Coast Mentoring Initiative for Learning, Education, and Service.
How many acronyms do you know?
There's too many to remember. Too many. And then, speaking of acronyms, we also have the DAI, which is the Diabetes Association
Okay.
Incorporated. And they just last week wrapped up their flagship program, which is Camp Jack.
Okay.
The Jack Rua Camp for Children with Diabetes.
Huge. That's a huge successful program. And
Yes.
the pictures that I've seen on the Facebook page for People Incorporated, man, those kids look like they're having a blast.
Yeah,
they never want the summer to end.
They love it. They love it. They've been recently located at Camp Welch, which is in Assonet, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And Camp Welch was recently fitted with a brand new pool, a brand new pavilion.
Perfect timing this
so
hot summer we've had.
Yep. So they have a blast out there, and it's the staff is amazing. The camp coordinator, the camp director. There's an RN always at camp for the kids. It's a day camp. It's not residential.
Okay.
But they do all the the fun summer camp experience activities, in addition to having staff there all the time to support diabetes, and they do diabetes education on disease management.
Sure.
So they're well equipped there to handle what comes their way every day.
You guys also do have events and fundraisers from time to time. The best place to get the information for that, I would assume, would be your social media pages and such.
That's right. Yeah, you can look up People Incorporated on Facebook. You can look up Camp Jack on Facebook as well. You can look up our Healthy Families and Welcome Family program on Facebook. So a number of our services are best represented on social media nowadays. That's the way things have gone.
That's why you find yourself here on social media. We've got Nairobi in the back seat, and away we go. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Do a lot of work with you guys as well.
Yes, yeah, they've been huge supporters. Great people to work with. They come to our events. They donate to our events. You can't say enough about them, and they've shown palpable support throughout the year as the years have gone on.
Talk to me about this A Palooza coming up in October. That's going to be a fun event.
Yep, we do a couple of paloozas. Okay. We have Block A Palooza, which is a music event where we partner with the Narrow Center for the Arts, and we have a live show in downtown Fall River. The street's blocked off, and it's a great time.
I like that.
That happened in July. We have another Palooza event, which is called Kids A Palooza, and that's coming up on Saturday, October 5th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. In downtown Fall River, right near our building. But we work with a number of community partners like the United Way. We work with Fall River Recreation. We work with the library. And what's going to happen is we have a number of activities set up throughout downtown Fall River. Home Depot last year came in and they helped kids build bird cages.
Oh, cool.
Bird houses.
Yeah.
And we have pizza available. We have a dance troupe that comes in and does a performance. A lot of educational activities, giveaways. So it's a great family event. It's all out. It's mostly outdoors. We have some in our 4 South Main location, but it's a nice opportunity for people to come together and kind of hang out in downtown Fall River.
And that is on October?
That's Saturday, October 5th.
All right, folks.
10 a.m.
Be there. That's going to be an exciting palooza. A Palooza. Kids A Palooza.
Kids A Palooza.
All the paloozas. In case you missed Lollapalooza, here's your chance to take advantage of Kids A Palooza. You folks, go online, follow the links, go learn more about people incorporated in Fall River. If you're looking for a job, you're looking to make a change, this is a great place to work. I can attest to that because my wife works there and she loves it. And Peter, thank you so much for everything you guys do in helping to make our community stronger and really making a huge impact in the lives of so many people. 3,000 to 5,000 people a year. That's no small task.
It's not. It's an amazing and dedicated staff of 900 plus people that do it day in and day out, 24 hours a day. So the credit goes to the employees who really make everything go smoothly. It's amazing what they do. And thank you very much for helping us get the word out there.
It's just trying to help keep my wife employed. That's all. Peter, thanks so much for joining me in the car.
Appreciate it.